twice now the Celtics have been first to the floor. They try to save with Horford. Unbelievable.
Boston first to the floor. So good.
Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Tatum dives on the floor. Everybody dives. Jaylen Brown with the flush. Blocked by Porzingis. He's doing it all. Tatum spinning, driving, laying. Got it. Washington drives. Blocked by White. Oh, what a block from Derek White.
Wayne's Booty here, First of the Floor podcast, and I am joined by Derek White's mistress, Jake Eisenberg. I haven't called you that in a long time, and I see that it's in your little name tag, so I figured I'd go with it. Jake, how we doing?
Yeah, very well. We're getting some new jerseys for the Alley-Oopsies, who are 5-1 this season, and the mistress is the name that's been on the back of the current jersey and will be on the back of the new jersey. And the names on the back of the Alley-Oopsies jerseys are all fantastic. Shooter McGavin, G Puddle. I don't know who any of the players are on my team, and how the nicknames correlate essentially. But it's beautiful. But most importantly, happy birthday, Spoonie.
Thank you. It's the last one before I feel like I truly hit middle age, 39 years young.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, getting up there. It honestly borderline existential crisis in a lot of ways, thinking about like, where's my life gone? What's happening? Anyway, with that on my mind, but no, it's a fun day. Had some cheesecake, that's all you can really ask for. I have a kid, so it's not like I get to have like actual fun. So, but yeah, thank you, Jake. Very much appreciate it.
Hell yeah. I found that when I turned 30, I didn't care, but 31, I was like, this is kind of getting kind of weird. But maybe that'll be the same for you. 40 will be chill, and then 41 will be like, this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, wait a second. I keep aging. When does this shit stop?
All right. The chat's already getting crazy. We got Drew Brewer in the chat. My God, Sam Hauser has been dog shit for months. Bench his ass. Nobody talks about it. It's really incredible how like one loss, where they look kind of bad, has changed how so many people are feeling. And I get like they didn't play well in the Grizzlies game, but we are not very far removed from like coming out of like the Cleveland, OKC, San Antonio stretch and being like, fucking let's go, dude. Like if Jaylen doesn't get ejected in that Spurs game, we were right there anyway. We play OKC tooth and nail down to the wire in OKC without Tatum and Derek White. Obviously, they were missing J-Dub and Hartenstein, but like that period, and the only thing that's changed is like I think we won 4 in a row, and then lost to the Wolves, and a lot of people are very upset about a variety of things. But the big one, I think, it just doesn't take much for the Jayson Tatum discourse to get weird. And
dude,
here we are.
It's frankly mind blowing. I will say, like, first of all, I watched this game on delay, so I had already known what the reactions were. I'm frankly shocked that I didn't even think the Celtics really played bad. They just couldn't get some shots to go. Like Tatum and Brown both had multiple shots that were like halfway down that rattled out. We couldn't get like generating a bunch of wide open threes. None of them went down. I mean, like held the Wolves to 102 points. So it's not like the defense was bad or anything like that. It was really just like one of those games in an 82 game season where it's like, shit, it's shots just not going down. So they didn't turn it over a lot. It's not like they were throwing the ball. They only had 11 turnovers. Like to me, I'm just shocked this is the response, but it seems like the Tatum discourse, as it has always been, is there's two camps essentially, right? There's obviously some nuance amongst those camps and some reasonable people, but one group seems to be like, why is Jaylen Brown still leading this team? Like Tatum is back. We're using him. I saw someone say like Tobias Harris. And the other group is like, when can we start being worried about how inefficient he is? First of all, Not this season. I can tell you that much. Buckle up. It doesn't matter until next season at all, his efficiency. So I just am like, can we just be like, hey, give him some grace? He's frankly been better athletically than I expected. I think he looks really, really good. He just can't get a fucking shot to drop. So I don't know. It's just very bizarre to me. This is where we're at already.
Yeah, it didn't take long. Literally one bad game really from the Celtics and like 6-2 since Tatum's been back. Yeah, you're right. The Celtics offense was broken in that specific game, and I get that it was a nationally televised game. I'm guessing it's that simple. Nationally televised game. The Celtics had 90.7 points per possession, which is in the second percentile.
Yeah.
So that's probably what it is. But it's weird how it's come out like the Tracy McGrady kind of saying that it was one of the comments that seems to have been taken and run with. And like you look at the Minnesota game, like Tatum was 6 for 16, only one turnover, a -4. Jalen was 9 for 26.
Yeah.
With 3 turnovers. It was like, man, the offense really doesn't look the same without Tatum. It's like, like Jalen's been incredible lately. He was not incredible in that Wolves game. That's for sure. But like, I think two things can be true. I thought that there was a ton of shots that were missed. There's definitely something going on where, in 2K, you can like get a badge where like when your player passes it to certain people on catch and shoots, they get like a shooting bump. If the complete opposite is happening on Tatum passes right now, especially like in the previous few games. He's averaging 8.1 potential assists per game and only 3 actual assists per game. So that's pretty significantly down. Usually it's like kind of in the 50% range. Obviously it's a small sample. But even in the previous 3 games, 6.3 potential assists to 1.3 actual assists. So that matches my eye test. It's just like he created a ton of good looks, I thought, in that Wolves game, and none of them went down. And to the Sam Hauser point in the comments, he's been in a little bit of a slump, and that's really as simple as that. Is the offense with Tatum on the court? Actually, when you like when you don't look at adjusted shooting stuff, the offense is 3 points worse with him on the court versus off. But it's very simply the Celtics are shooting 31% from 3 with Jayson Tatum on the court and 36% from 3 with Jayson Tatum off the court. And part of that is 3-point percentage, but he's shooting like his is abysmal, but his is still like 28%. It's the rest of the team's shooting that has tanked, and it's just a small sample blip, in my opinion.
Dude, okay, so like the indicators on the offense when Tatum is out there are really, really, really good. Like the offense is going to turn around. It's going to look awesome.
Yeah.
We create like 5% more of our shots are shots at the rim when Tatum's out there, which is like 96 percentile. That's a massive change in our shot frequency. So like 5 out of our 100 shots more are at the rim when Tatum's on the court. By far the biggest change of any player on the team. Second is Kata at plus 2.3%. And we generate way more corner threes when Tatum is out there. Those are the 2 most efficient shots in basketball, rim and corner threes. And when Tatum's on the court, we generate way more of them. And it's just not, the shots just aren't going in right now, but that's fine. Like that, again, like you said, short-term blip. The indicators are very, very healthy for what the offense looks when Tatum's out there. And like, I thought passing wise in the Minnesota game, he was awesome. I mean, he was diming a bunch of people up. He hit like Pritchard on this beautiful little kick when Pritchard was a strong side corner, and he had such a good drive that he drew help from the strong side corner, which is like you never want to do, but they had to. Pritchard's wide open in the corner, feet set, and he just short rims it, man. Like that over the course of the next, 10, 15 game, I guess probably closer to 10 games now, left is going to turn around. And like, if you consistently generate those types of shots, you're going to have an elite offense. And we've absolutely been doing it with Tatum on the court. Effective field goal percentage is 4% worse. So like, 55 to 51, give or take. I pulled those numbers out of the sky, but we're just, and that's like, It's 4% worse. I don't know what the actual numbers are. I should have had those up, but and to me, that is purely just luck. Small sample size noise. Like the offense to me looks pretty damn good when Tatum's out there. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I like there's definitely I think two things are true. I think like all of the big indicators and like the foundational pieces of Tatum and what he does for the offense are there. And that's like what's most important to me. I also think that like the first three shots of the Timberwolves game were horrendous
Yeah,
that he took.
sure.
I think two things can be true. Because I don't mind the pull ups. We know, but again, another two things can be true. He's always taken some bad shots, and they kind of even out. And Jalen also takes some bad shots. All these stars take bad shots. It's kind of just baked into the equation. It feels worse right now because I desperately want the shots to go in. Like every time Tatum passes to someone wide open and they miss, it like really hurts me. I want everything to go well for him really badly. And like when he has a pull up three that rattles in and out, I'm like, man, I want it to go in so badly. And right now the orange ball is just not being kind to Jayson Tatum right now. That's what it feels like. But that being said, he comes out in the third quarter of that Timberwolves game, and it kind of feels like a different guy. I don't think it has anything to do with role or like, friend of the program, Drew Hanlon. There was a snarky comment about he looked pretty good with the ball in his hands. It's like Jalen was awesome in that first quarter. That's what was weird about that Wolves game was like they should have won the game probably when they went on that second run. They had a chance to blow it out to like 20 early in the game, let it come back. And then in the third quarter, they had another chance to kind of build a 10+ point lead, kind of let it fall away.
Yep.
It happens. But I love the way that Tatum has been letting Jalen go off. And that's not necessarily new. That was also happening when they were playing beforehand. So everyone's a little on edge about the Tatum stuff. And I get it. I'm sure Tatum is feeling a little bit antsy to a degree as well. He's talked about it in his postgame about how he's trying to give himself grace, but like in the moment, you have a really shitty quarter or half, and you're like, man, this kind of sucks. But you keep seeing the flashes. I do think it's going to come around. Like the third, like these little flurries are going to continue to happen, but they're just going to be less mixed in with like 0 for 8 quarters and 0 for 8 halves. Those are going to be like, because you don't need them to be 5 for 8 and 4 for 8. As long as those turn into 2 for 8 or 3 for 8, then all of a sudden that's literally all we're talking about right now is 2 shots every game. These layups that he looks like he can make and then misses, and then one of the threes or half a three a game, and everyone is feeling completely different. I wrote about it for Celtics blog briefly after the Grizzlies game because I was kind of like, time to pour some settle down juice a little bit on the Tatum stuff, quote Bill Simmons. Because it was like, oh wow, first 5 games per 36 numbers are awesome. Like, and then he came out and ironically, the Grizzlies game was way worse.
Agreed.
His defense was atrocious. It looked like he was barely getting up and down the court. And everyone was like, oh, it's just the first bad game. But everyone, I don't know, people paid more attention to this game. I don't know. I don't know why everyone didn't talk about the Grizzlies game because that one was significantly worse. But yeah, it's gonna be some ups and some downs, and we just hope that like when you zoom out, that it trends in the right direction. And Drew saying Jake always talking about that, just cut out the 2 or 3 awful threes. I agree. Like I think he should, but you're also which superstar doesn't take 2 or 3 awful threes? It's probably just Shea.
Yeah.
And even he that takes him sometimes.
Arguably, he takes some terrible twos. He just makes them. Jalen too, in a lot of ways. Like some of the shots Jalen takes are objectively terrible shots, but he's so good at them that it ends up, subjectively being a good luck. Yeah, like I just checked. Tatum's actually averaging more drives per minute per 36 than he did last year. So I mean, like I'm not worried. Like he's got to take pull-ups against Minnesota. Like, yeah, a couple of them were terrible, but when Rudy Gay's just sitting in the paint, you have to loosen that up and take pull-ups. There's just like that's really the only way to attack their defense. And then once you make a couple of those, Rudy's got to get up the floor and then you win. So like you know, his shot selection is always going to be what it is, and there's always going to be 2 or 3 dog shit pull-ups every single game. And like that's just the way it is when you're getting 20 shots up a game. Like you cannot generate 20 good looks as a superstar, and there's going to be possessions where nothing happens. Like the defense switches everything and you can't get the mismatch you want, or you finally do get the mismatch you want and there's 6 seconds left on the shot clock and you've just got to settle. Like the nature of basketball is like that happens like 10, 15 times a game. And who do you want taking those shots? Tatum or Kata? You know what I mean? Like it's obviously going to be Jayson Tatum who works into those, like the early ones, whatever, cut those out, but he's never gonna like, this is not different.
They are important shots because think about the game that he got injured in the Knicks game. Like the rest of the team was garbage pretty much.
Yeah.
And the only way they stayed in that game was Tatum taking a ton of really difficult pull-up threes, and he made like 7 of them. He was like 7 for 17 or 6 for 17 or something. It was the only way they stayed in the game. Sometimes in the playoffs, you just need a guy that's able to get looks, and that's just how the playoffs are. Shea went 9 for 27 or whatever it was in game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Right.
Like it's really hard to score, and that's kind of why Jalen is a great playoff player. Is that he just takes tough shots in the regular season, and the same shots are the shots that he takes and makes in the playoffs. This is the time to miss these shots at the end of the day.
Get them all out.
Get like in March. This is the time. These games are pretty inconsequential. I'm not sure. Like I'm not really too focused on keeping the 2 seed. I don't think it really matters. Like I kind of like the Celtics starting on the road in a series for once, in one of these series, because it feels like they always drop one of those 2 home games, if not 2 anyway. So let them start on the road and bring it back home. I'm not worried. This is, if you told Celtics fans 315 days ago when Jayson Tatum tore his Achilles that he would be playing 32 minutes a night and averaging 29 and 3 on 53% true shooting, I think like you could consider firing up the Duckbirds, honestly.
Yeah. Dude, I would have taken that so quickly. Are you kidding me? The fact, dude, as of like January, I was convinced he wasn't going to play. You know, like the simple fact that he's back and like athletically looks pretty good. And the defense is fucking insane with him on the court right now. It's 8 points per 100 better with him on the court. And I think a little bit that some of that is defensive 3-point shooting luck. But some of that is he's still 6'9" and reads the game at an elite level and can switch 1 through 4. And I really don't feel like he's lost a step on that end to any significant degree. He's had ugly ass possessions, but I chalk that up more to like not just being in game shape, honestly, and not really having the speed in rust, not necessarily like athletically. So I'm very encouraged by what we've seen from him. Should we move to, do you have anything else on Tatum, or do you want to move to kind of look in the stretch run here?
I think to that point, it's hard to also pass because we're not getting day-to-day updates on how he's feeling. Like I watched the Grizzlies game and I'm like, either he's just not trying today or he's like gassed immediately as the game has started. And that's very possible that he's just having a tough time reconditioning to playing 32 minutes a night on and off. And we're sacrificing some scoring efficiency for building his conditioning back up. Like it could be simple as that, but we don't know. And so I am interested to see how he looks in tomorrow's game, because it's like, okay, he had the Minnesota game. You got 2 days off here. Everything's at home. It's kind of a good spot to get some recovery in. And then obviously you have the juice of the OKC matchup to kind of like you think about the Cleveland game that they won. That was kind of still early in his return. So I
Mhm.
wonder he was still feeling fresh coming back. And then you have day on, day off. He got the rest day against OKC. Then he played, Suns, Wizards, Grizzlies, Timberwolves. So it's just hard to know exactly what's going on. But at the end of the day, when I zoom out, I'm like, this. You have to try and remember this is the house money season.
Yep.
You have to, like, everything is like this was always going to be like a gap year, even if Tatum hadn't got injured with like the salary cap stuff. But with him getting injured, like the title run, the next 2024 version of the Celtics is probably like 2027, 2028, and the year after that. So the fact that we're already here right now, this year and next year are like consolidation years. And the fact that we're this good and in the mix anyway is a win. The way it works in the second apron era, on top of having this Tatum Achilles stuff, you're just not going to be in that level of contention that we were 2 years ago. And I feel like people are having a tough time like holding on to that reality.
Yeah, you got to dip, you got to go down, and then you got to come back up in the apron era. It's like a sine wave, man. You just got to come up and down because the penalties are just too steep to just consistently stay above the second apron, especially. I mean, you just get absolutely hammered. So, all right. Do you want to run prize picks really quick here, Jake, if you've got it locked and loaded, and then we'll jump to the end of the stretch run here.
Yeah. It's all prize picks time, baby. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's coming to town. So he had like 35 points on 85% true shooting last game. So I think riding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander more points is probably smart. I like Chet Holmgren less than when it comes to points. I have a good feeling that they're going to make life difficult for him tomorrow. And I think it's time for Pritchard to show out at home against a team like OKC. Also, Jalen was pretty amazing against OKC as well. So let's go more on Jalen, Pritchard points and Shai points, less than on Chet, and probably less than on Jayson Tatum. I'm sorry to say it, but that's probably a good place to go at the moment. But you download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play a first $5 lineup. It's good to be right.
Yeah, prize picks is going to be a great game. Hopefully it's a very good game with the Celtics win, but add a little extra excitement to it with the little prize picks. Okay, so the Knicks are currently actually, you know what? I want to ask. No, let's do that at the end. Okay, sorry. I'm all over the place, Jake. I apologize. It's my birthday. I can get away with it.
Happy.
The Knicks are currently locked into a death match with the Pelicans. 10 minutes or so, 10 and a half minutes left. They're up 6. I think we assume they win that game.
Probably.
So that is going to bring us to a virtual-ish tie, except that we will have played fewer games. So they'll be 48 and 25, and we'll be 47 and 24. So that is really kind of what's up in it. Like Cleveland are 44 and 27. I don't think they're really in. No, they're not going to catch us. And I don't think we're going to catch the Pistons, who have won 3 straight since Cade got hurt, which is crazy. So it really is, for the Celtics purposes, the only thing up in the air is whether we are the 2 or the 3 seed. So the Knicks, there was a lot of chatter a few weeks ago about how they have an extremely easy run in and a really soft schedule. Mm-hmm. They've kind of just gone through that part, though. So they had Utah, Indy, Golden State, Indy again, Brooklyn, Washington, and now we're playing the Pelicans, which is like 7 straight games of complete and utter bottom feeders, depending on who plays for Golden State. But that Golden State team, I mean, they're basically deep into their bench for guys starting right now. So currently the strength of schedule per Tankathon is 54-5 for the Celtics and 53-3. We're 6th in remaining strength of schedule, so the 6th hardest. The Knicks are 10th. So that is not a huge difference right now as we go into the stretch run.
Yeah, no, not at all. I just have this. I have a feeling that so the big thing is that we don't have the tiebreaker. We already lost it, and
Mhm.
it's because of even if we win then the last matchup, we're tied. Then it goes to like division games, and the Knicks had an extra division game because of the in-season tournament, and so even if we win all of our remaining division games, we can't catch them. At least I was listening to Zach Lowe talk about that, and I think I saw Greeny post something about it as well. So just based on the schedule, I don't think we're going to get there. But right now, we have a 51% chance of getting the 2 seed versus the Knicks have a 45% chance of getting the 2 seed because they can technically still fall to 4 a little bit, but it's going to be Knicks Celtics. It's written in the stars.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. It's like basketball movie shit. Tatum tears his Achilles in Madison Square Garden, and then we're going to be playing a round 2 series against the Knicks. I just saw a comment from Mr. Gars. With Simons, we beat New York in 5. Have you seen what Anthony Simons has been doing in New York?
He broke
Chicago?
his wrist, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's hurt. I'm pretty sure he's hurt.
I don't even know what to do with that comment. I appreciate you listening.
Yeah.
But that's an insane thing to say. The Knicks are a bad matchup to me between having OG Anunoby and Bridges as guys that can like specifically OG Anunoby. One guy that can like actually wreck the day for a Jalen or a Jayson sometimes. Especially like this version of Tatum, depending on what we get between now and then. And then as much as I love Cater, the cat, I know we've made fun of Cat before. He's fucking good. And like whether it's the glass or defending pick and pops or dealing with Mitchell Robinson, it's a big advantage to me. And I don't like it. And I saw a comment earlier about how like anything less than a competitive conference finals is disappointing. Well, it's going to be, I bet you it's going to be pretty much even odds with the Celtics Knicks series. So there's no reason to think if you're a Celtics fan that we should comfortably beat New York. I don't really see the argument for it, even though they've been more uneven than the Celtics technically this season. I would say the Celtics have been more consistent. The Celtics have kind of struggled against the best teams, and obviously, yeah, it's bad. There's context. I know Greeny kind of ran through all the games about and made excuses for the thing. And it's like, you can kind of just do that for every team in the NBA though. Like every team has like schedule stuff or like guys out or whatever. But part of that is we don't have Jayson Tatum. So we should lose to the best teams because we're missing our superstar. Do we get the superstar version of him back in time for the second round? It's a little while to go. And again, I think it's too much to ask of him. Like, again, competitive second round series. It's going to suck if we lose. I'm going to want to die. But I'm going to hold on to it being a win of a season still.
Yeah, me too. Like, I mean, unless the Knicks sweep us, but like, sure, losing 5. But if we take them to 6, I will say like this, and Tatum looks like okay. I'll count this as a massive win. We learned a lot about the end of the bench guys and who we can keep around. It turns out all of them, which is great. Yeah, I think the issue, especially if Tatum is not 100%, like to me, our best way to defend the Knicks is probably Tatum on Cat or Kata on Cat, and then Tatum on Mitchell Robinson. And I'm just not sure he's going to be in a position where he can do that for 7 games. Like that just feels like going to be racking up so many miles on him. So like, yeah, it's not a great matchup all of the sudden this season now that we've lost Drew and KP. Although, KP, air quotes, conceptual, hypothetical, KP and Al, I feel like we really missed too, because Al's shooting Drew Mitchell Robinson out of the paint. And Garza is the only, if Vooch is healthy, he gives us that option. But like, I also don't trust Vooch guarding Jalen Brunson pick and rolls. Yeah. Like that's terrifying.
Or Gaza. And the Knicks are not their Knicks are not going to guard Gaza or Vooch on the 3. They're going to be like, you have to make 5 threes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I trust either of them to do. They might. And if they do, then we win that game.
Yeah.
But I how many times is that happening in a series. You never know. I would love just like give me the shooting luck of Luka Garza in a series, and that's probably enough to like swing this type of close matchup to me.
Yeah,
But
or
yeah.
it's at the very least enough to get them out of like just parking Robinson at the paint and like making him get guarded. And then all of a sudden the entire balance of the floor changes if they can't just leave Mitchell Robinson around the rim. Because then we can take Cat out, isolate him, get to the rim. There's no rim help, spray it out to shooters. And like that's how we win the series, really. If we can get stops and rebound. But I'm really worried about the rebounding, especially when Kata sits. Because like Tatum is an amazing rebounder for a 4-man. Is this version of Tatum going to be able to do that in the playoffs when Kate is on the bench? I don't know, man. That feels like a really, really tall task for him. So like, I just have visions of like Hart, Robinson, Cat getting like possessions with like 3 offensive rebounds. And it's like, and all of a sudden it's a 7-point Knicks lead. And it's like, oh man. So it's going to be a tough matchup. I will say, do you think it matters whether we're the 2 or the 3 seed?
No, not at all, really. Man, I feel for you guys in the chat. I trust me, I hate the Knicks too more than anything. Yeah. And this is gonna like if we do lose, it's gonna suck. But these teams are very even. You can look at all the metrics. It's very, very close. I mean, there's like the point differential stuff where we're like comfortably ahead, but if you start to filter down like the back half of the season, and I still think there's like a regular season magic to this Celtics team. We just covered our record against good teams. And to Gars in the chat, Simon's Madhouse offense OD. The offense was 0.8 points better with Simon's off the court this season, just so you know. So that's just a fact. But I kind of like this team starting on the road. How many times have we lost a big home game in game 1 or 2 in the past 4 or 5 seasons? Like, start us on the road. You just got to steal one. And I kind of really trust this team to steal one on the road. It feels like the pressure's off the team. You can kind of play free. Whereas like you're at home, pressure's on. I kind of prefer it. I understand the game 7 shit. I really don't think it matters with this team.
And no, I agree. And I almost say I might prefer them going on the road to open a series against the Knicks. Also, I think you have the benefit of knowing who you're playing in the first round and not having to watch a whole shitload of, or I guess it's really only one playing game for the 7 seed, but you don't have to wait and do the playing game stuff. And like right now, that's the Hawks.
Yeah,
I would love to play that. Like, I feel like we would smoke the Hawks in the playoffs. Like, I want to avoid the Magic, not because I think we lose, but because I think the Magic just beating the shit out of us kind of went a long way as to why we weren't up for it against the Knicks. Heat, no thanks, just because there's the Heat. Although I think we crushed this version of the Heat as well.
Come on.
And I want, like, I get the Hornets are amazing, and like maybe that would be a tough game, but I think playoff wise we would be okay against the Hornets. But and then it's like the Sixers are hanging out there too, who do not scare me at all. So but I just like knowing who you're getting immediately. Like, start game planning now. We don't have to wait for a game. It's not 2 different teams. Like some of those teams like the Magic, I feel like, in the Heat and the Hornets, I'd rather play the Hawks than any of those teams. And then give me the road opening on round 2, man. Like, something about being at home with this team, and like, you know, I just go back to 2023 with like the Harden game 1 against the Sixers. And it's like, oh my God, this is so disappointing. And I just think these dudes are road warriors. Tatum too is like definitely a road warrior. Yeah. So I do not think it matters. And I almost go as far to say as I prefer the 3 seed, even if that's a little crazy.
No question. And like the argument that you know, Josh Hart hits a 3 and the building goes nuts, tough place to play. I get it, but it's the Knicks. Remember, this is the Knicks. This is not this is like, they have plenty of demons that they deal with in their own building. Like, when they start blowing leads and things start to go wrong for them, they have a ton more demons to deal with than we do. For me, that bottom half of the bracket is very comfortably the Hornets being the best team.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
like being the 6, that means your chance of facing them is the lowest. They currently have and a 12% chance of being 6 or 5, and like a whatever the opposite is for all the other seeds. So
88.
yeah, I tried to do like break it down 9, 10 versus 7 and 8, and my brain fell apart.
88, we won't play them. That's all that
Yeah,
matters.
80, and so the 6 seed, I definitely have talked myself into kind of like being totally fine or even preferable, honestly. Like we lost the 2 home games in Boston last season, and then went on the road and won the first home game in New York. It's just like this team has done this so many times. Like the only season where it didn't happen was the 2024 team, where like it just didn't matter where they played, just fucking roll the ball anywhere, they're gonna kick the shit out of anybody. That's just how that team rolled. Even that team lost game 2 to the Heat in round 1 and lost game 2 to the fucking Cavs in round 2. So it's like of the 3 games they lost in the 2024 season, 2 of them were at home in the first and second rounds. This is like a giant sample size. They are better on the road. But like it just is what it is.
Steve, Hawks are playing really good right now. They've honestly paper tiger. They've beaten up on a ton of like injured and horrible teams. And like I just think their lack of shooting is complete death in the playoffs. Like that, you cannot play like Johnson and Dyson Daniels at the same time in a playoff series. And obviously they're gonna play those guys. Nah is awesome, whatever. I do not trust him as like a creator in a playoff series. So I think like they're a fun, spunky regular season team. I would be very, very comfortable against the Hawks. Raptors, same. Yeah, really any of these teams. The only team that truly scares me is the Magic for the physical aspect and the Hornets, because like they could just shoot the lights out for 4 games against you. And it's like, oh shit, we lost in the first round. And I would love to see the Hornets play the Knicks. That would be amazing. Like, I think that would be, I think the Knicks would probably win in like 6, but like Detroit did to them last year, give them a little scare in the first round.
Oh, absolutely. I like, that's what I want more than anything is the Knicks to have to deal with the Hornets. Cause I think that's why I don't want to see them. All 4 teams, Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, just flawed enough where a team like the Hornets can like ruin your entire season. Like I just don't trust any of those 4 teams enough where I'm like, no chance the Hornets can't beat those teams. It would be surprising and shocking for a team like the Hornets that have basically no playoff experience to get through the play-in and then take down one of those teams that's been really good all year. But too many flaws across the board in those teams, and like something about a young team in the first round that just shoot a ton of threes. Nipples, literally, dude, doesn't miss a shot. I've literally never seen him miss a shot. It's fucking insane. So
he's nasty.
Yeah, and also important to remember, this is March. I think I mentioned it at the beginning. So much of the basketball happening at the moment is so fake. Like the Hornets, the Hawks win streak, all against tanking teams, basically.
Yep.
Nets, Wizards, Blazers, Bucks, Sixers, Mavs, Nets, Bucks. Magic was a nice win. Back to the Mavericks, smoked by the Rockets, beat the Warriors, beat the Grizzlies. It's like they've beaten 0 real teams really in that stretch besides the Magic.
Who are like borderline real teams.
Yeah. They had their own little resurgence, and then they lost 4 in a row. It was like that. I'm just not scared of anyone in that bracket outside of Charlotte. But before we go, do you want to talk a little Thunder preview?
Yeah, sure. I mean, J-Dub's back. I'm assuming he's going to play. I think they played last night. So I expect it'll be the fully healthy. I don't know. AJ Mitchell was suspended. I think he'll be back too. Thunder against the fully, I hope, healthy Celtics. So to me, this is probably the last like true, okay, we're going to war. I guess the Knicks game too. But this and the next
Yeah.
game are the two games I'm like really circling to be like, okay, I want to see them take this seriously. Like it's the playoffs. I want to see like what we run, how we defend Shea, who guards who, is Tatum on Chet. Like I'm going to be looking really closely at this one. Look, they're the best team in the NBA. I don't expect to win. But if we have another showing like we had against them last time, like I'll be very, very encouraged. Where are you at with it?
Do you want to guess the line tomorrow?
We're home, right?
Yeah.
Thunder -3.
Bang. Got it.
Really?
Yeah, there you go. Take that, cousin Sal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the Celtics get a ton of betting respect. They always do. And I mean, it's kind of justified. They end up in the conference finals or finals and win 55 plus games pretty much every year. So
Yeah.
I guess they've earned it. But yeah, I think if the Celtics lost by 4, that would be a win. I hate to do that. I hate the moral victory stuff, but like this team is not on that level. Like this Thunder team is insane. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's like grabbed the best player in the world title this season and having one of the like back-to-back greatest guard seasons of all time. J-Dub's looked pretty good in his return. Yeah, they're gonna. I think they're gonna be ready to go in this one. I don't know. I don't think they're playing today. Hopefully not.
I thought they played yesterday, so
Yeah, okay,
I don't
good.
think they're playing
Yeah,
today.
they did. They played against the Sixers. That's right. Man, Jared McCain is like straight up playing awesome for them. It was.
Yep.
I saw those videos yesterday, back-to-back threes, like, and the Sixers bench like looking at each other like,
Fuck.
dude, or like kind of laughing about it. They're like,
Yeah.
because they clearly love Jared McCain.
Yeah.
It's Stephen Watts, 7th.
Hell yeah.
Celtics are better
That's what
than
we
Thunder.
need.
Stop glazing for fuck's sake.
Hell yeah. Let's do it, Steven. We're gonna crush these losers.
Yeah, the Thunder is a bunch of frauds, dude.
Yeah.
Back-to-back 67 win seasons. Losers.
Title. They're
coming off a
literally the
title.
champs
Gonna
and
have
are
back to-
better.
Gonna have back-to-back MVPs. Fucking
Dude,
losers.
their roster now that they have McCain and AJ Mitchell,
And Mitchell,
who he
it's ridiculous.
it honestly might be the most stacked roster like ever. And I know that's kind of hyperbolic, but I'm not sure
no.
it is, dude.
Well, statistically, it's not. Like they like,
I just
it's
mean
not
like
yeah.
the talent
God.
of their like 12th guy, I think is like maybe the
Oh, no.
highest in NBA history.
Oh no, I mean it's not hyperbole. It's
okay,
say
gotcha.
that. Yeah. Dude, like back-to-back 67 win seasons coming off a title and like no sign in slowing down. Like they were 24-1 at one point and they've had a ton of injuries.
Yeah.
And they're going to get close to, they're going to like sleepwalk to 65 wins again.
Dude,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
Kendrick Williams like doesn't play and he's good, man. Like it's absurd. So I don't know. Is Hartenstein back?
Yeah. And Stephen Watts, I'm with you. I think the 2024 Celtics are better than the Thunder just because I think that they're more balanced. I do think the Thunder offense can get in trouble at times. It would have been awesome to see if like Jalen had never had the knee injury and Kristaps Porzingis had not got I don't know, whatever happened to him. But rest in peace. But yeah, they're a really fucking good team. So getting with it, like playing wire to wire close with them would be a win. And if we win, then Celtics late night tomorrow night with Greeny is going to be really fun.
Yeah, it is.
And love you guys too. Appreciate you, Stefan, and everybody listening. But yeah, Spoonie, I don't know, anything else you want to hit before we get out of here? But 10 games left. Big game tomorrow.
I know, man. Huge game. Like I said, man, this and the next game for me are like the tests. Like I think we will reveal I don't know. Joe is like Belichickian and he never reveals like any of his strategies. So I'm just really, really interested to see if Tatum guards Chet. I don't know why. I just feel like that, like to me will kind of indicate like, okay, physically we feel like he's ready to kind of do the thing he did in the finals run. I'm not sure it's going to happen. I don't know why we would kind of play that card, but I don't know. I just think a lot about this matchup is really interesting, and I'm interested to see how we play against their defense with both the Jays, since we did not have JT the first game.
I'm trying to remember. We played someone recently where JT did guard the big. It wasn't the Timberwolves. Was it the Grizzlies didn't have a big man.
Right.
That was weird. I'm trying to remember. They played the Wizards. I don't think he was guarding Sar.
He wasn't guarding Sar. No, you don't need to. Nobody guarded Sar.
Nobody guarded anybody on the Wizards. What a disaster.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're terrible.
Was it the Warriors maybe where he was like on Quentin Post?
Yeah, he was on Al for a little bit too.
Al for a bit.
Yeah.
No, Al didn't play in that game.
Oh yeah, shit.
Oh, he guarded Porzingis. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Wrong. Ex-Celtic.
Yeah. So, but like that's not a very physical assignment.
No. Neither's Chet though.
It's true.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good comparison. So, all right, Spoonie, been a pleasure. Happy birthday.
Yeah, let's do it.
Enjoy some Skyrim or whatever you dabble in at some point in the next couple of days. But you've earned it.
Thank you, brother. I guess that's going to do it for this one, Jake. Pleasure as always, buddy. Peace.